leopard flees. An elephant matriarch stands down. What force in the Serengeti makes apex predators reconsider? 3 tons of territorial rage, jaws that crush bone, a temperament more unpredictable than any predator, responsible for more human deaths than lions, leopards, and elephants combined. The hippopotamus, herbivore by diet, killer by instinct. The Serengeti holds no mercy, no favorites, only the ancient architecture of survival. And in these waters, one rule dominates. There are no apex predators, only contexts, only moments where survival is decided. Today, we witness what happens when Africa's greatest predators face the river's undisputed ruler. The heat rises, the instinct sharpens, the balance waits. Dawn breaks across the savanna in waves of copper and gold. A pride of lions, 17 strong, moves through the tall grass with choreographed precision. 5 adult lionesses lead the formation. Behind them, juveniles learn the ancient dance. At the rear, 2 males, their manes dark with maturity, scan the periphery. They are Africa's most successful social hunters, cooperative predators honed by 2 million years of evolution. Their success rate, 1 in 4 hunts, seems modest, but it is double that of the solitary leopard, triple that of the cheetah. They have learned patience, strategy, the arithmetic of exhaustion. But this morning, something has disrupted the equation. Near the river's edge, a young hippo calf has strayed too far from the pod. Perhaps 3 months old, barely 150 kilograms, vulnerable by hippo standards, yet still formidable. Its mother bellows from the water, a sound that reverberates through the earth itself, a subsonic warning that travels farther than sight. The lionesses see opportunity, protein, calories that could sustain the pride for days. They begin the approach. Low bodies, muscles coiled, eyes fixed. The mathematics of predation unfold. Angle of attack, distance to water, speed of retreat. They have killed hippo calves before, rarely, but survival demands opportunism. 50 meters, 40. The calf senses danger, turns toward the water. The lionesses accelerate, and then the river explodes. The mother erupts from the shallows with a speed that defies her own. 2 tons of maternal fury closing the distance in massive strides, mouth agape, revealing ivory daggers 40 centimeters long. Her roar is not the controlled precision of the lions. It is raw, primal chaos, a declaration that needs no translation. The lead lioness makes the calculation instantly. Instinct performs its cold arithmetic, risk versus reward. She pivots. The pride retreats. But one juvenile, inexperienced, commits too deeply. The hippo's jaws close within inches of her hindquarters. The snap of those jaws meeting, like a gunshot in the morning air, sends the young lion scrambling, learning a lesson written in adrenaline and survival. The hippo does not pursue beyond the river's boundary. Territory established, threat neutralized, she returns to her calf. The lions watch from 30 meters distant, hunger unmet, but instinct satisfied. There is no victory here, no defeat, only the recognition of boundaries. The pride will eat today, but not hippo. Nature's ledger remains balanced. The heat recedes. The instinct quiets. The balance holds. Night falls like a curtain across the Serengeti, and with it comes the leopard's kingdom. Darkness is advantage. Solitude is strategy. A male leopard, 80 kilograms of spotted muscle and calculated violence, moves through the riverine forest where the Mara's tributaries create corridors of density. His eyes, adapted for scotopic vision, gather photons the way other predators gather only shadows. He sees what daylight hunters cannot. Opportunity in obscurity. Leopards are evolution's ambush artists. Pound for pound, the strongest climbers among the great cats. They cache kills in trees beyond the reach of lions and hyenas. They hunt alone because cooperation would only divide the reward. Their jaw strength relative to body size exceeds even the lion's. They can drag prey twice their weight vertically into the canopy. But tonight, the leopard has miscalculated. Near a shallow crossing, a sub-adult hippo, perhaps 18 months old, 600 kilograms, feeds on sedge grasses that grow where water meets land. In the leopard's neural circuitry, the assessment forms. Too large for direct predation, yes, but hippos on land are slow, clumsy, and if startled into panic, they sometimes flee away from water rather than toward it. The leopard has witnessed this before. Panic erases instinct. Fear creates mistakes. He drops from an overhanging branch, landing 4 meters from the hippo's flank, close enough to trigger flight response, calculated to drive the hippo inland where exhaustion might create vulnerability. But this hippo does not flee. Its head swings toward the threat with hydraulic speed. Its mouth opens, not the warning yawn of territorial display, but the instantaneous attack gape of a creature defending its existence. The hippo charges. The leopard's advantage evaporates. On land, his agility meets its match in the hippo's explosive acceleration. 30 kilometers per hour from standing still. The spotted cat pivots, bounds laterally, reaches for the low branches that represent safety. The hippo's jaws close on air centimeters from the leopard's tail. The crack of teeth meeting echoes like breaking stone. The leopard ascends into the canopy, heart hammering, reassessing. Below, the hippo does not celebrate, does not pursue. It simply turns and walks deliberately back toward the water, pausing once to defecate. A territorial marker, a chemical statement. This ground has an owner. The leopard will hunt again tonight. Successfully, perhaps, but not here, not this. The laws require no enforcement beyond their own execution. Risk exceeds reward. Survival trumps hunger. The heat of the chase cools. The instinct recalibrates. The balance persists. Midday, the sun reaches its zenith, and the Serengeti becomes an anvil of heat and light. At the waterhole, a crater of mud and diminishing liquid, species converge. Zebra and wildebeest maintain nervous distance. Warthogs drink quickly, always ready to bolt. Impala pause between sips, ears rotating like radar dishes. And then the elephants arrive. 6 females and 4 calves, led by a matriarch whose 60 years have mapped every water source, every danger, every seasonal variation in this territory. Elephants possess memory that spans decades, social bonds that rival primates, communication that operates below human hearing range. They are keystone engineers. Their feeding creates clearings. Their digging uncovers water. Their movements shape the landscape itself. They approach the waterhole with generational authority. Other species yield. This is the hierarchy of mass, of presence. But the waterhole has other occupants. A pod of hippos, 15 individuals, occupies the deepest section, their bodies submerged. only eyes and ears visible above the surface. The matriarch elephant reaches the water's edge, trunk extended, and drinks. Her family follows. For 10 minutes, equilibrium holds. Elephants along the shore, hippos in the depths. Distance maintained, resources shared. Then a young elephant calf, perhaps 2 years old, wades deeper, playing, splashing, approaching the invisible boundary that separates tolerance from territorial response. The hippo bull, the pod's dominant male, nearly 3,000 kilograms, rises from the water like a volcanic island emerging from the sea. His yawn is not tiredness, it is warning. A display of weapons, canines that can reach 50 centimeters, bite force exceeding 800 kilograms per square centimeter. The elephant matriarch responds immediately. Her ears flare, increasing her profile to 4 meters wide. Her trunk rises. She trumpets, a sound that carries 5 kilometers across open savanna, a declaration of protective intent. The two giants face each other across 10 meters of shallow water, each capable of killing the other, each defending their own. The elephant, her genetic legacy, the hippo, his territorial sovereignty. Neither advances. This is the calculus that supersedes aggression. The elephant weighs 4,000 kilograms, but fights poorly in water. The hippo controls the aquatic domain, but lacks reach on land. Both are intelligent enough to recognize stalemate. Both have survived by knowing when not to fight. The matriarch guides her calf backward, slowly, without panic. The hippo bull submerges gradually, maintaining eye contact until the distance suffices. The other elephants continue drinking. The hippos remain submerged. 15 minutes later, the elephants leave, dust rising from their footfalls like smoke. No blood was spilled. No victor emerged. The water remains neutral and indifferent, serving all who respect its borders. This is nature's true genius. Not the drama of killing, but the sophistication of restraint. Both species live to face tomorrow's challenges. Both perpetuate their lineages. The heat settles. The instinct recognizes wisdom. The balance validates itself. Dusk, the golden hour. Photographers call it magic light, but nature knows no aesthetics. Only the transition from day hunters to night hunters, the shift change in survival's endless rotation. At a river crossing, one of those shallow channels where migrating herds ford during the Great Movement, a scene unfolds that inverts expectation. An aging hippo bull, expelled from his pod by a younger, stronger challenger, occupies a lonely stretch of water. He is perhaps 35 years old, his prime years behind him, his social structure dissolved. Male hippos lead solitary existences after losing dominance battles. Territorial but isolated, aggressive but vulnerable. On the bank, a coalition of 4 male lions, also outcasts, driven from their birth pride by new dominant males. Young, hungry, testing their capabilities. They have not yet established territory, have not yet secured mating rights. They are evolution's gamblers, with nothing to lose and everything to gain. They watch the old bull with calculated interest. He is formidable even in decline, still 2,500 kilograms, still armed with devastating jaws. But he is alone, and the lions are 4. They begin to probe, not a coordinated attack, not yet, just pressure, testing. One lion approaches the water's edge. The bull lunges forward, jaws snapping. The lion retreats. Another approaches from a different angle. Again, the bull responds, pivoting, defending. This is the warfare of attrition. The lions are forcing the bull to expend energy, to divide attention, to make the fatal mistake that age and isolation make inevitable. For 90 minutes, the siege continues. The bull begins to tire. His response is slow by fractions of seconds, imperceptible to most observers, but to predators who live by reading vulnerability, these fractions are everything. Then the equation changes. From upstream, a pod of hippos, the same group that expelled this bull weeks ago, approaches the crossing. 12 individuals moving in formation. The current dominant bull leads them. The lions see the shift immediately. 4 against 1 was calculated aggression. 4 against 13 is suicide. They withdraw into the gathering darkness. The old bull does not rejoin the pod. Social structures, once broken, rarely reform. But the pod's presence provides temporary refuge. The lions will find other prey tonight. The old bull will survive this evening. Perhaps many more. Or perhaps tomorrow brings a different outcome. Nature maintains no accounts, tracks no scores. The individual is ephemeral. The pattern is eternal. The heat of conflict fades. The instinct of survival endures. The balance remains unmoved. The Serengeti night descends completely now, and with it comes the chorus. Lions roaring territorial claims, hippos bellowing their aquatic boundaries, elephants rumbling in infrasound conversations that human ears cannot detect. The nocturnal symphony of existence, each voice a declaration. I am here, I persist, I survive. We have witnessed interactions that challenge simple narratives. The lion, apex predator of the Savanna, turned back by maternal fury. The leopard, master of ambush, miscalculating the resolve of the cornered. The elephant, largest land mammal, choosing wisdom over force. The aging hippo, saved not by strength but by the proximity of strangers. There are no villains in these encounters, no heroes, only participants in a system so ancient, so tested, so refined by countless generations that it operates with mechanical precision. Each species occupies its niche. Each individual plays its role. And in the aggregate, the ecosystem maintains equilibrium. The hippo teaches us what conventional wisdom often obscures. Herbivore does not mean harmless. Size does not guarantee dominance. Territorial behavior serves ecological function. The same animal that grazes peacefully under moonlight becomes, when provoked, a force that even the great predators respect. This is survival's paradox. That the gentlest creatures often defend themselves most violently. That the greatest threats emerge from the most unexpected sources. That nature's balance requires not the dominance of the strong, but the appropriate response from all. The water that sustains also divides. The land that provides also exposes. The social bonds that protect also exclude. Each advantage carries its vulnerability. Each strength its corresponding weakness. In the darkness, the river flows, the grasses grow, the predators hunt, and the prey flee, and sometimes the roles reverse, and always, always life persists. This is the law, the only law, the eternal law. No absolute victory, no final defeat. only the beautiful, terrible, perfect machinery of existence, turning without purpose toward no destination, complete in each moment. The Serengeti holds no mercy and requires none.